Thank you for your prayers. Joe Buckley read to us the words from the prophet Isaiah, the words of the suffering servant. I have set my face like flint, knowing that I shall not be put to shame. Those words are the words of Jesus in the Gospel of Matthew as he continues to make his journey to Jerusalem, knowing that he is going to face death. When I think of those words, I have set my face like flint, I think of the old man in the mountain in New Hampshire. Of course, it's crumbled, but how many of you have seen the old man of the mountain? Okay, many of you have. And it's, of course, was made of granite, and it just faced the Washington mountain, Mount Washington, and it just faced there, and it never moved. And you had to be at the right angle to see the stubborn face, the face of granite, looking toward Mount Washington. And the thing that we need to recognize is Jesus set his face like flint, looking to his place of execution, knowing that he would not be put to shame. How many of us oftentimes are afraid of death? We have so many ways in the world today, all the advertisements that tell older people we're supposed to look younger, that we should respect and worship youth and not respect age. How many of us recognize that our bodies are slowing down and we're wondering what's on the other side of the grave? It's so sad for me to sit with somebody and come and anoint them and to hear them say, I'm afraid to die. And I need to remind them that Jesus was not afraid to die because he knew he would not be put to shame. We need to remember that what we celebrate this week is not a history lesson. We're not hearing what Jesus did 2,000 years ago. Yes, it did happen, but I hate to tell you this, Jesus is risen. Even on Palm Sunday and Holy Thursday and Good Friday, he is risen. He didn't go back into the tomb. And every time we celebrate the birth of the Lord at Christmas, he's not born again. He's always been risen. It's all done. But we enter into this history in order that we might enter into the mystery of our own lives. That everything that happens to Jesus has happened to us. Everything that happened to Peter and Judas has happened to us in one way or another. How many times have we been betrayed? How many times have people denied us? How many times have people pulled the rug out from under us? It happens to us in our own lives. And how many times have we denied? How many times have we been betrayed? How many times have we pulled the rug out from someone else and didn't stay as that faithful friend and sturdy shelter? And we need to look at the response of Jesus. He didn't want anyone to be harmed. Even when someone cut off the ear of the high priest, we're told he reached out and healed and said, those who live by the sword die by the sword. Put back your weapons of mass destruction. Put back your weapons and sharp sworded tongues and stop ripping each other apart. Because that's the lesson that we learn in the mystery of our own lives. That yes, we will be betrayed, we'll be denied, we will betray, and we will deny. And yet Jesus teaches us how to live. And so this week, I'm asking us to remember that this is not a history lesson. This is a mystery lesson. And that we're not to be afraid of death. To think of the image of Jesus, I set my face like flint, knowing I will not be put to shame. To enter into the mystery of our own life, knowing that we will die. And not to be afraid of death, but to actually think and to enter into that mystery of what is heaven like. Last Saturday I buried my sister-in-law's brother-in-law. I don't know, they're related somehow. I have no idea how it's my brother-in-law's brother-in-law. I don't know if that's a relation of mine. But I sat with Dick for about an hour. And he was diagnosed in July with cancer and didn't live much longer after that. And I said, Dick, what do you think heaven is like? And he said, well, it's got to be better than this. I need oxygen to breathe. I'm not remembering everybody that's coming in to visit me. And I know that people that I've seen, I couldn't even remember my granddaughter's name. And she said, Pepe, it's me, Alexi. And when I heard her say her name, I remembered. But I don't want to live like this. Heaven has got to be better than this. And we talked and talked for a while, and his wife, Teresa, was sitting there, and she said, well, I hope we're going to see each other again, and I hope I'm not going to have to take care of you anymore, that we'll take care of each other, and it'll be better than this. Little did I know that was the last time I would see Dick alive. But I left him with these words. You are a man of faith. And Jesus promises us that life is not ending. It's merely changed. And Dick smiled. It's going to be better than this, he said. And Teresa said, that's the first time he smiled since he's been diagnosed with cancer. I hope the smile that came to Dick's face was because he could see what we cannot see, but what Jesus saw with his face like flint, knowing that he would not be put to shame. Amen.